What's going on, everybody? ChromeOnRust here. We're going to be talking about some Diablo 3 stuff, just some things that have been on my mind. Really, honestly, up until just about 5 minutes ago. I wasn't planning on coming out with a video. I know I have been coming out with them a lot. It's something I still enjoy doing. It's just I really haven't been playing a ton of Diablo. That's just bottom line. If I don't have semi-quality content, I'm not going to say it's the top-notch, the best quality out there, with sharing information and whatever. But, if I don't have something semi solid at least to share, I normally don't come out with a video. It's just the way that my YouTube channel has progressed, being busy with real life and whatnot, and a little bit lazy in real life. Not always making time for the YouTube videos, but that's what we're doing here. Just going to be talking about a couple things in Diablo and I guess a little bit of what has been going on with myself. So, first things first, the reason that I really have not been playing a ton of Diablo. Reason one, it is really hard to find groups, competitive groups, who are willing to put time and commitment into the game. Now, it's not extremely hard, I guess. There are ways to go about this, make some very, very serious commitments, but I'm not looking to grind for 10 plus hours a day. I don't have the time for that as much as I don't even want to say as much as I'd want to anymore. Grinding for 10 hours a day in Diablo is probably something that I don't want to really do too much anymore. I'm not saying ever, beginning of the seasons and whatever, but throughout the entire season, coming home after work, eating, showering, doing all your stuff, sitting down, playing Diablo, getting off, maybe eating once more, going to bed, and rinsing and repeating the cycle. And then it's even worse on the weekends where you just sit there and play Diablo all day long. That's just not something I'm really looking to do, I guess, anymore. So that's kind of why the content has been a little bit slower on the YouTubes. Now, this could just be a phase, I don't know, but I've been pretty much playing Diablo 3 pretty hardcore, with a little h, not the actual hardcore mode, but I've been playing Diablo 3 a lot, we'll say, since the game came out. And to just keep hitting it and grinding it and grinding and grinding, and you find yourself at well over, I don't even want to know. I think my barb has over 2,000 hours. We'll just say that. And that doesn't even include all my Demon Hunter time, which I've spent more time on the Demon Hunter. So with that being said, I have spent a lot of time in Diablo, and it's becoming a little bit too much. I don't know that the next season is going to be bringing a ton of changes. It's going to be a lot more of what Diablo 3 has been. We're not getting a huge patch update in the next season. Unfortunately, that's just the way it's going to look. I'm not saying it's not going to be fun. Hopefully, definitely the Twister Wizard, is going to be pretty much dead or nerfed to a level that it's, other things can compete. So that's going to be nice. There's the balance changes and everything that we always get excited for. I'm not saying that it's not going to be fun or anything like that, but it's just going to be a lot more of the same. Solo pushes, I would imagine, are going to be pretty much the same, other than the tweaks and the tunes to the sets that we're going to be seeing. But as far as Demon Hunter goes, I've pushed tallies, I've pushed M6, I've pushed UE. It's just, there's the Shadow set now. Don't get me wrong, it's another set that you could push, but Shadow set isn't a ton of fun. It's a single target ability. It's something that I could see being very effective if tuned properly in groups, just being able to target out the yellows, the higher HP blues and Rift Guardians, things like that, being able to just completely crush them, that would be kind of cool. But as far as things goes, things that I've been looking to do in the game, I have pretty much experienced them and I have done them. So what is going to be in the future of, I guess, kind of core expert gaming and things like that is what we're going to be getting into a little bit later. So the groups is definitely one thing. Two being, it's going to be a lot more of the same next season and probably thereafter for a little bit or for a little while, unless there's going to be some kind of expansion announcement. It seems that their patches are going to be slowing down. Diablo 3 is a game that you pay for, you buy once and it's over. There's no subscription fee, so for them to keep putting out all those big patches just isn't very feasible. And I totally understand. I have gotten more than my money's worth out of this game. And I'm not saying that I'm quitting. I know that's kind of what this sounds like or whatever. But just slowing down a bit. Taking things a little bit easier. Experiencing all the things that life has to offer that I've missed, over the past couple of years that Diablo has been out. So just really been enjoying myself playing quite a bit of Overwatch and things like that. What's season or what is number 3? The third reason, kind of the reason that I've slowed down on Diablo, is the Paragon problem. I mean, there is a huge discrepancy between people who are 3,000 Paragon. Yeah, 3,000 Paragon, and I'm sitting around like 1,200 Paragon this season. So I've been playing, but I haven't been going crazy. I haven't been going hard or anything like that. And for anyone to be able to compete with those people is going to be pretty much impossible. Now, let's say that there was somebody who was 3,000 Paragon and I'm sitting at my 1,200 Paragon. You know, same scenario, but now let's bump the main stats down to, instead of getting 5 main stat per Paragon additionally, you know, you're only going to be getting, we'll say even just 2 Paragon difference per, you know, Paragon level, or 2 main stat difference between each Paragon level. Someone who has, you know, 3,000 whatever extra main stat is still going to be having a pretty huge advantage over myself. You know, I guess there's a little bit of bad math in there. So there would be like, if they got 2 main stat and they got about 1,800 more Paragon on me. So yeah, that's right. That's right. About, you know, 3,000 some main stat more. That's kind of insane to think about. 3,000 main stat more. So right now we're getting 5 main stat per Paragon. So if that was like 1,500, we'll just say they had 1,500 roughly more Paragon on me. That'd be 1,500, 3,000, 14, or 4,500, 6,000. That's a lot of Paragons. But anyways, barring the math and what just happened, I don't know what just happened. I just had a complete brain fart, basically, and math just went right out the window. Basically, they have a lot more main stat than I do, and for me to be able to compete, I need to be able to play those 10 hours a day, constantly logging in when I get off of work, and really, I just don't want to do that. Now, it's not so much the case, I guess, in hardcore. You can hit the top of the leaderboards, we'll say front page of the leaderboards. I don't want to say easily. It's not going to be easy for everyone, but if you put the time in, and you've had the experience in the game, it's going to be semi-easy for you to at least get the front page. Now, I'm not saying those top 3, 4, 5 spots, even depending on the class, how popular it is that season, are going to be easy to achieve, but, you know, showing up on the front page, that's kind of what I've always shot for. It's been fairly easy for me. But do I want to keep putting in the time? Well, as I said before, no, I really just don't want to keep putting in the time. So they need to do something about the Paragon. Now, I really enjoyed that there's an endless Paragon system. I think that's awesome. You know, that is one thing that I remember when ROS was coming out, that I was like, Paragon's going to be endless? This is freaking sweet. You know, it has its problems, don't get me wrong, but I think it's better than not having Paragon. If you just like capped Paragon at 800, I think that's pretty lame, in my opinion. You know, everybody has their own opinion, and I've heard this thrown out. Like, once you hit 800, that's it. You're done. You don't get any more Paragon points. You know, you can just watch your level or your number grow. Personally, though, I would like to see the main stat that you get from Paragon toned way back to like 2, maybe, Paragon points, you know, per Paragon level after level 800. I think that would be a step in the right direction. It still gives the people who want to grind every day something to shoot for, and it is going to make them then more powerful. They're going to be finding more gear. They're going to be leveling their gems higher. You know, all those things combined into one, they're still going to be able to pretty much blow the people who haven't been grinding out, you know, like day in, day out of the water. But it's going to be a little bit more in line with, like, you could kind of catch up. You know, you may not be able to complete like an 88, we'll say, if they're doing an 88 solo. We know it's way higher than that. Let's say they're doing a 90 solo, and they have 2,000 Paragon, and you only have 800 Paragon. Well, hopefully you could do around an 87, 88, somewhere in there, barring that your gear and your RNG drops have been pretty decent. That's just kind of my take on things. That's what's been going on in my head, and that is the reason why there hasn't been a ton of videos coming out here. So I just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about that. And I mean, that's pretty much it. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I didn't really have anything too much to talk about. Recently, though, I have quit smoking, you know, with a little asterisk on the side. I didn't quite quit smoking, but I have been vaping. It's been pretty good. It's a lot, from what I can tell, healthier. There haven't been long-term studies done because vaping is a new thing, and we'll just kind of have to wait and find out. But I can tell you just from the way you feel from when you're smoking, and then you go to not smoking and straight to vaping, which is what I did. It's been about 6 weeks to the day right now that it's been, and it's been going pretty well. I prefer vaping a lot more than cigarettes, actually. So that's always a good thing. You can choose the nicotine levels. You're not getting all the carcinogens from the smoke. You're not, all the chemicals that the big tobacco companies throw in your cigarettes or whatever. So I've been vaping. That's what this is here. And you can see it gets pretty cloudy. It's been working out pretty well for me. Not too much else has been going on. Just typical things, going to work, playing some Diablo. Really though, I've been playing quite a bit of Overwatch. I've been thinking about doing Overwatch once again, mine just went blank. I've been thinking about doing Overwatch content, and I know it's going to have a lot less views. I know that's not something that everybody really wants who is subscribed to this channel. This has been a pretty much all Diablo channel since it started. There have been some StarCraft things. There have been some League of Legends stuff. Like at the very beginning of when I came out with Core Expert Gaming, I was doing some League of Legends commentary. At the time, I was silver being on a pretty low end of where players are. Now I'm a gold, still on a pretty low end for where players are. So that's not really something I'm looking to do. I still really enjoy League of Legends. People give me a hard time every once in a while when I'm showing you websites and stuff, because one of my quick links in my task manager, the icons, is League of Legends. So people tell me to delete it all the time, but I still enjoy it. It's getting old. Once again, Diablo is getting old. League of Legends is getting even older than Diablo. Overwatch, though, is extremely new. In fact, it's not even out yet. So that's what I've been doing with my time. Would like to hear maybe what you've been doing with your time. If you would like to see some Overwatch videos, or if you just like to see some more random talking videos about just whatever, we can do some things like that. But really, I don't want to share a bunch of misinformation to the Diablo community, and everybody's like, hey, Chrome told me to do this, and they're going to be like, hey, Chrome's a freaking idiot. Don't do that. Things like that it's just not good. Just share, what you know and what you don't know. Tell everybody you don't know, and hopefully things work out. So that's going to be it for this video. I've already been rambling now for 14 minutes, so we're just going to end it here. ChromeOnRust for Core Expert Gaming. Thanks for stopping by the channel. Like, subscribe if you would. We'll be having some more content for you in the future. I'm out of here, and you all have a great day.